Hey, how you doing, everybody? I have come today to have just a little talk. A little talk. Well, today's not going to be a message. It's not going to be a sermon. It's not going to be meditation. For some reason, I believe it's going to be a reflection. It's going to be a reflection that has been ongoing for quite some time, based on what is going on in this country. Based on what is going on, when the system is tackling what they call immigration, what they call immigrant, and what they call people from abroad. I believe that, that yesterday that we have that another news, after people with humanitarian status in the country, humanitarian of parole, something like that. They were tackled by the system that their document will not be renewed when the United States was the one to open doors to them at the first place. And all of a sudden, that the administration of this current president decided that, okay, they're going to cut the program and leave hundreds of thousands of people undocumented in the country, and under the threat of being deported, and so many other situations that is going on. Not just for, we understand that there were like 4 different people from different countries, I think 4 or 5 different countries in the Caribbean and South America. I believe South America. Yeah, we're a part of that, what you call the humanitarian protected status, the humanitarian status. This is what you call the Biden program. But for some reason, these people were tackled, and before you know that, the ICE agents were all over the places, try to mess up the life of these people some more, instead of finding a solution into the situation. All right, so what we hear about today, we heard that the people who were under the protective status from the time of Barack Obama, those people, they were from Haiti. Those people who were given this as a relief from the earthquake and to be safeguarded in country against gang violence in the country, in the United States, and unstable government, and incapacitated government that cannot lead the country, that will lead to gang violence in the country, and that will cause people to find refuge elsewhere. It doesn't matter in the United States or any other places on the planet, but it's only in the United States that they have received what you call a political persecution. I don't know why. Everyone else is good. People who went to Canada, they good, they working, they pay their taxes, they rent a home, they got a job, they are living their life regularly, and they have never been in a position to face any immigrant persecution. But for some reason, we do know that only people that they call immigrants here in the United States are going through hell and hot water, or going through the most difficult time. I don't know why the United States is, claimed to be the most powerful country, or country built by immigrant, which everybody knows. Even Haiti helped United States take their independence. And the constructions of the entire country resumed to people who were brought into the country to to be slave. But all of a sudden, that you want to just put these people in a situation of being undocumented so that you may facilitate the persecution toward them. But I believe it's completely unfair on those people, and I believe it's completely inappropriate. I don't think any competent government will do this kind of mistake to try to force them to be illegal so that you can ease the way for them to be persecuted. I believe that I believe that, a serious government in the country would have way better things to do instead of just look for something to do. And the thing that you're looking to do is to persecute those who are trying to live in peace. In order for you to persecute those people, you start calling them criminals. You start calling them that gang members. For the current president of the United States right now, anyone who's not from a country, they're criminals. Anyone who's not from the country, they're rapists. Anyone who's not from the country, they are murderers. You understand? But they're not telling you that the highest rate of criminality that's going on in the United States are being done by the Caucasian. These are the highest rate of the criminality that's going on in the United States. They're being done by people who was always been in the country for generations. Okay, so either Caucasians or African Americans that were here, or people from Europe and people from everywhere in the whole world that's been here for generations, are the highest rate of criminality. But not those people who are trying to make a living. For those people, they're the one that when you want your grass cut, they will be coming to cut your grass for you. That you want the living room done, they will be here the next morning. They will not offer you. They will not be doing black market with everything. That's the reason why you call them to do a quick job, and they give you the job even cleaner than one of the what we call the highest company will charge you $1 million for. So in that particular, what I'm saying, I just don't want to get off this subject, but I say if it was the case, that it would be conflict of interest. But for some reason, it's not even a conflict of interest. We all know that, in a couple of years coming ahead, the populations of what they call in the United States to be immigrant will supersede, the population of, as I supersede, will go over, will be more than the population of Caucasian. When I say Caucasian, I'm talking about people from Europe. The United States, if you talk about somebody is immigrant, I believe everyone is immigrant, because the United States is built by immigrant. There's not a person's name American. Okay, if a person's name American, it should be people from the continent of America. So which means that if you talk about people from Europe, if you talk about people from other part of the earth, compared to people that were from the Caribbean, people from the Caribbean are more American than people that were here call themselves American, because people from the Caribbean, they born from generations in the continent of America. When my mother, my dad started to travel, my mother went to France, and he said, "Where you coming from?" My mom said, "I'm from Haiti." They said, "Oh, you're from Haiti. You are American." My mom didn't understand the concept at that time. My mom said, "No, I'm Haitian." They said, "You American. You're from American continent." And but this concept, they're trying to deprive you from the concept of your continent, because people want to make you believe that being American is a nationality. but it is not a nationality. It is a territorial, I will not say entitlement. It's a territorial name. You are from the territory of America, so you are American. But anyhow, if I move a little further to this situation, I would say that, a government who's doing something for his country, you will do something for your country, but not to dehumanize those who are trying to make a living peacefully. When I heard that news about the temporary protective status being discontinued at the United States, it was a great shock, because we understand that those people, they were there from a long period of time, and they didn't give any trouble to anybody. And for some reason, this administration comes and touch everything and messed up everything. And I believe that it is completely, there is a lot of things that I can give an administration credit for, but for some reason, but when you go across the border, I believe that, not only I'm going to claim that, I will consider myself to be an independent. I'm not neither a Democrat or Republican, because at the end of the day, either one of them do it undercover and the other one's doing it in plain sight. I believe that, both of them has been doing the same thing, but in a different strategy. But for some reason, even when the Democrat administration were doing it just to generate cash, but the Republican will be doing it to actually cancel it, but to just take the cash in plain sight, but to just take that money in plain sight instead of having that money generate a route through the people that will renew their paper, and when it's not something that they're going to get permanently. But for some reason, the Democrats were using a strategy that those people will be money generators. But for some reason, when the Republican come in, the Republicans just go straight and put their hands in the drawer and take the money, but decided to cancel these people entirely. I believe that it's not only is unfair, it's unprofessional for an administration, and is inhuman that somebody will decided to separate children from parent from children, because how many people under this status are paying their taxes, fair taxes, to start the business, to get children in the country, to get married. So what are you going to do? You're just going to kick the father out of the country and leave the 10-year-old girl and leave the 14-year-old boy in the country under whose leadership, under whose supervision, under who parent? So how are you going to do that? And as an administration that claimed to be doing something good, how about if it was happening to your side? And now, what would you do? You will just put it as the headlight, and the whole world will be going hate. It will be heat, right? So it's the same way it's supposed to be for all people. When you're about to take the father out, split the family and destroy society, you have to understand what you call the world. It just started with family. It started with family. It started with God. God gave birth to family. When I say give birth, God instituted a woman and a man to come together, and a man and a woman make a family. Marriage made a family. The family made a community. Community make the society. Society make a nation. And nation make the world. So when you are not respectful toward that which is the primary institution that God instituted among men, so that we can represent like a model, and you decided to destroy that when you say you're a Christian, I believe that you just talk for that. Anyway, there is a difference between Christian and white evangelical anyway. So I just want to let you know that for me, it is completely crazy. Even the book of John, I believe chapter 16, verse 33, Jesus said that you will be persecuted in the world, but take heed that I have overcome the world. So what is going on right now is persecution. And let me tell you something, the devil does not persecute you until the devil realizes that he's in the last lap, he's in the last round. And this persecution, you believe that they are not something that's been happening because of something else that's been triggered. Something being triggered, that's the reason why this has been taking place. First of all, I'm going to say that you think there's no connection, but let me tell you something that straight up. Haiti cannot live anymore under the situation of being patronized or being treated as a slave country, as a backyard of no other country. All right, because what is going on in Haiti right now, when the people try to come together, even when you categorize a group as gangs, you categorize the other group as corrupt, you categorize the other group, even people who were you used to manipulate before now realize that they've been going through a level of manipulation. Guess what's going to happen? These people, they're going to revolt. And once these people revolt, you're going to start putting fake news out to try to demonize these people and try to make them believe, the whole world believe that they're the worst situation, the worst population ever. But for some reason, the world right now woke up from their sleep, such as the world is not the same way that any little thing that you tell them, you think that you can mesmerize them to follow out the foolishness you've been doing, and to many other nations when you want to bribe them from their gold and from their oil and from anything that you want to get. But the world actually remember history. And when you tell the world that people in Haiti, they are X, Y, Z, and the world is going back to your past, that is the same predicament that you chose to give about another country that you said that you were going to make better, but for some reason that you put that country in a state of hell, and that country never were able to be lifted from the ground since your intervention. And the world trying to bring back history and say, why in the world you've done that 10,000 times and never succeed? And when you did that, and you did worse to the country instead of you doing right, and now you're trying to reintroduce the same particular excuse to demonize some of the people, some of the leadership, to destroy the country, but you're using the same system. They're trying to put these people in a very difficult situation and say how in the world this is going to be a solution to the country. But everybody realized that it's just like fake news and life from the pit of hell that is being done. That is the reason why something that just happened in Haiti about 7 people that they put as president and Haiti that were not supposed to be, because there's no way in our constitution we got 7 president, but they put as 7 whatever you call them, advisor to be president. But for some reason, these people, they realize that they've been manipulated for a very long time. They've been manipulated, and this one of them decided to get rid of one of the prime minister that the international imposed to them. So they accepted it. Now, once they realized that their prime minister cannot give any result, that 3 of them decided that they're going to change the prime minister, and the embassy, who's supposed to be a diplomat, right? Embassy of Canada, embassy of the United States, supposed to be what? Diplomat. You're not supposed to merge into the politics of the country. If I was president, I'll just kick you out. I'll just give you 24 hours to leave the country, because you're a diplomat. You just represent your country. You're not here to run the country. But that's the reason why, because you used to run these people. That's the reason why you put your mouth in the things that has to do with the internal politics of the country. But the problem with what is going on, because those people, they start to wake up, they realize that you've been treating them as slave, putting 7 of them as as presidential advisor, and then not only you put 7 of them as presidential advisor, which means 7 presidents of a country that violate the Constitution of Haiti, and once 2-3 of them started to wake up and say that we're not going to continue with that. Not only you use them, and not because you already had a plan. They already had a plan to put the prime minister as for president, but these people realized that they're not going to deal with the prime minister anymore. And the first repercussion this happened. The first repercussion is that everyone that has a TPS in the United States, the TPS is already at stake of not being renewed, because there's a conflict between those puppet 7 presidents that define the Haitian Constitution, puppet that you put in there to serve you. But once 1 or 2 of them realize that they've been zombified and they started to wake up, they want to make a different decision. And all of a sudden, every people that you have come in the United States since after 2010 earthquake in Haiti that has what you call a temporary protective status that Obama issued to these people. Now you just about to put more than hundreds of thousands of Haitians in a situation of being undocumented, try to split them apart, divide the family, and destroy the whole society and the whole community just because you want to control a country using your embassies. It doesn't make sense. Everybody see what is happening. So that's why I'm telling y'all folks who've been using what you call the temporary protected status, and now you got the Trump administration is about to not only discontinue, they say they're not going to continue it anymore. I believe that this is a very, very bad news, and it's a very bad decision. Okay, there's some good decision that will be good for the United States. I'm for it. But decision for you to divide family, to destroy society, this is the act of the devil. For the Bible says that the devil comes to what? To kill, to steal, and to destroy. Go in your country to bribe you, destroy you, to make everybody believe that you're the black beast, that you're the gang, that you're the corrupt, you are nobody, to kill you. Now, if you don't do what they want, if you don't agree with them, they gonna try to kill you, even in public. You understand? So this is the act of the devil. So you understand that today is not a message, it's not a sermon, but I want you to understand that for all of you who are concerned about what is going on in our society, it doesn't have to be something that revolves around you because you was born in the country for 3-4 generations and believe that nothing else should be your concern. But you should understand that in 2-3 generations ago, that could be the case of your mama. That could be the case of your daddy. And with this administration right here, it's crazy enough. To remove the nationality of all the African Americans. I'm telling you. Because there's something that is being forced. It's just like something is on the last lap. There is no other strings to pull. But now the devil start acting in public, killing people in public, doing crazy things in public. You understand? So I want you to understand that This has been going too far. This has been going too far, and this is what you call that a people or administrations or office that does not have the boundaries of control. They are out of self-control. They will do everything to destroy, just to pull something back into place that seems to be too late to be repositioned. But for all my Haitian people, this message is for you. And I believe that the greater community of good will stand around. It doesn't matter what is their race, their population, what is their color, what is their tongues and their languages. They will come together and around the people of God, around the Haitian people, and to support you, to surround you, to help you pray. All the churches will come together to help you pray, because the decision that the Trump administration took to discontinue the not only the humanitarian parole of Biden, and to actually discontinue and to destroy society and family and marriages, and to separate father and mother from their children, to separate husband from wives. I believe that it is evil. I believe that it's not from God. Anyone who's supporting that, you cannot support. You cannot say you're a Christian. You cannot say that you're supporting anything that is of God, because God wouldn't take a decision to destroy his first institution, that is marriage, to separate father from children, and expect that everybody else can consider you as a good Christian. So I believe this is a very foolish act, and this word. I'm just going to let you go, and I want to remind you again that the Bible is clearly said that for you to, Jesus said that he overcame the world. And this world you will have tribulation, but take heart that I have overcome the world. John chapter 16, verse 33. So let's stay in prayer. God is not going to stay aside and see how the enemy is treating you without a proper response. God always has a proper response for the enemy, for anyone who's persecuting you, regardless who it may be. But God always has a proper response. It's the same way, last example, that the Son of Man were supposed to be a son of man, the Son of God was supposed to be executed on the cross. But it's a woe to the one who will be playing the role. So if you're the one who's playing the role of persecuting the children of God, you put yourself in a very difficult position. You put yourself in a Judas Iscariot position. Putting yourself in that position, you're going to have to self-destroy, because we all know Judas self-terminated. So once you're doing that, you're persecuting the real people of God. I'm not talking about the people who are trying to take the title of people of God. I'm talking about the real people of God who are being targeted for more than 220 years. And who are being persecuted, who are being kicked out, who are being enslaved, or being in servitude for a very long time. For some reason, God is not going to just lay back and watch you persecuting his people. He always have a proper response. If you're playing Judas was self-terminated, you're going to have to be self-destroyed, because every law, there's a response for everything. Okay, I'm just done. There's a response for everything. There's a proper response for everything. It doesn't matter how big you are, small you are. There's a proper response for everything. When you bother yourself too much, God's going to put you somewhere to sit down so you can finish watching the scene that God has always come out victorious with his people by his side. Stay blessed, the Haitian people. Stay blessed. Every one of you are supporting the Haitian folk to understand that God is never going to give up on his real people. May God bless you. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.